When we're in and around the water, we're not in our natural environment. The more we understand and respect the creatures that live there, the less chance we'll have of an unpleasant encounter.
When you're at the beach, it's not just the water and the weather that spells danger. There are also things that sting, bite, and cut, and we're not talking about sharks. Many people are afraid of being bitten by a shark at the beach, but the chances of you being bitten by a shark are much less than being struck by lightning. You are much more likely to encounter a stingray, jellyfish, or man-o-war while swimming at the beach. Stingrays bury themselves in the sand in shallow water trying to escape predators looking for lunch. There is a barb on the tail that acts as its primary defense system. It is not used offensively, but when you plod out there and step on him, he will whip his tail forward and greet you. The pain is excruciating. If you're hit, go to the lifeguard. They will clean the wound and give you a heat pack for the pain, then send you to the emergency room. If no guard is available, submerge your foot in hot water, but not hot enough to burn the skin. After half an hour, go to the doctor. Call 911 if there are any complications. There is a 100% infection rate of these punctures. You have to get the sheath out and make sure your tetanus shot is up to date. To avoid an unwanted ER trip, shuffle your feet when wading in the water to let the animals in the water know you're coming. Stingrays will move ahead and out of your path. So will other creatures like catfish and even crabs. While they don't sting you, their spines, scales, and pinchers can cut. Anything in the beach environment is loaded with bacteria, so remember to clean even small cuts well. You have a good chance of being stung by a jellyfish or a Portuguese man-o-war while swimming at Galveston. There are several stinging jellies in these waters, but the most common one is the cabbage head. Their sting is relatively mild. The Japanese jellyfish or sea nettle has a slightly more severe sting. A far worse sting comes from the Portuguese man-o-war, which is a marine creature that looks like a blue or purple balloon with tentacles. Portuguese man-o-war are actually not jellyfish, but a colony made up of 4 different organisms. The remedy of choice is to immediately pour vinegar on the sting, carefully remove any tentacles that are present using a towel or glove so as not to touch it, and avoid scratching or rubbing the area. Usually, the pain subsides in about 20 minutes to several hours. It's going to hurt even after you treat it. Once you're stung, you're stung. Though treatment at the beach is usually sufficient, the pain can be bad. Applying a topical anesthetic or ice can help with the pain if needed. If you need help, ask a lifeguard. By the way, you don't want to touch or pop the dead man-o-war that have washed up on the beach. 2 weeks of baking in the sun and they can still sting you or spray you in the face. Another danger is people that barbecue. Many people think it best to bury their coals to extinguish them, but the sand actually lets a little air through, so the coals stay lit and stay hot for a long time and heat the sand on top of them. The heated sand doesn't look any different from the other sand, and people walking along the beach can get severe burns on their feet if they step on the buried coals. Pour water and lots of it over hot coals until they are absolutely out. Then dispose of them properly in a trash can, but don't bury them.
Jellyfish and man-o-war can cause stings, but that's not a reason to let it ruin your day. Appropriate prompt treatment can get you back in the game quickly. Remember, shuffle your feet and thoroughly clean cuts, even small ones that you get at the beach.